Welcome to another reading vlog. I never expected to start another reading vlog so soon, but there is just nothing happening in my life right now except for this weekend. So this weekend, my friend is actually going to be married or getting married next month in September, and we thought that we would take her on a bachelorette party. We're going to Niagara Falls, okay? If I'm gonna jump in Niagara Falls, I'm gonna jump in Niagara Falls. I don't know. It's gonna be a missing person case. Knock on wood that I actually come back and to finish this vlog, but this is footage for the police investigation. I'm getting off topic. I never thought that I would start a reading vlog so soon after I posted my second ever serious reading vlog where I read a lot of historical romances and a lot of like Vivian Loret's novels and Lisa Kleypas novels where I didn't I wasn't too kind on Lisa Kleypas's new novel. But I'm back because I am having that bachelorette party, which means I actually have B-roll and I actually have like life updates to tell you to make this reading vlog a little bit more interesting than the other two reading vlogs that I posted. Long story short, I'm here to tell you that I've dove into alien romances. And now you're thinking, okay, so you're reading some Ruby Dixon, Ice Planet Barbarians novels, Lisa? And I'm here to tell you, no, I'm not. I actually read Ice Planet Barbarians, like book number 1, I think that's what it's called, like a while back, like maybe in July, but I don't remember talking about it on my channel. Maybe I included it in a wrap up. Who knows? You know better than me at this point on what I included in my videos. But that one, I gave it a 3 out of 5 stars. I understood the hype over it because it was like the origin alien romance story that everybody like was curious about and flocked to when it was just getting popular on BookTube and getting popular maybe on Bookstagram. I'm never too sure with Bookstagram and how fast they are with trends. But Book Talk recently found it and blew up alien romances. And now it's like that taboo, quirky little romance genre that everybody is reading because they're just so intrigued by it. It's like a car crash. You just want to look away, but you can't look away. So you end up picking a bunch of alien romances. And I would like to say that it is my car crash. I want to see the hype over alien romances. I want to see like why everybody loves it so much. So I picked up, well, actually, I didn't even pick up. I placed a hold on an alien romance and I completely forgot about it until my library went like, hey, Lisa, it's time for you to borrow this audiobook. And I was like, sure, what is this book again? So the book that did come into my library app was Choosing Theo by Victoria Aveline. And now this one, never heard of it before. I'm not on Book Talk long enough to even know what the books are trending on Book Talk, so I don't know if it is trending on Book Talk. So far, it has 5,000 ratings or on Goodreads, so it means that it is fairly popular for an indie published romance. And I was for it. The rating was really high, so I started listening to it. And I'm here to tell you that I finished the book and I absolutely adored it. I loved it. I loved it so much. It first starts off with our heroine literally getting abducted within the first like 3%. We don't have time on Earth to figure out like what's happening. We cut out all the boring Earth stuff and we went straight towards abduction, waking up on a dark and cold planet in a cell, not knowing where you are, and then our heroine is scared and she's frightened and she manages to escape. And this heroine manages to escape the pod that she was put in, and she actually runs in the forest and she gets captured by the good people, like the good aliens on that planet, and the aliens who are ready to protect the weak and the vulnerable. And that's where she comes in because she's a human, and on that planet there's this problem with mating. Like there's a lot of males and not enough females. So they do an experiment and they realize that humans are compatible with aliens of their race and that they can actually reproduce. So then she is being told that, you know what, you get the option of picking out a suitable bachelor out of the bachelor auction, and you can just pick one to have for the season. And she picks out a few people, but there's one person or one alien that she's really attracted to, and it just so happens to be our hero, who is actually a beast, or like he's not like really a beast, but he's like a black sheep type of character because he's covered in scars, he's deemed as ugly, he comes from an ugly past, and he's been in these bachelor auctions for many times, but he's never been picked. So he has like low self-esteem because he already knows that he's like unattractive to the normal aliens or the normal female aliens on his planet. And you get to like dive into his struggle and his like depression and his low self-esteem, and you just feel so bad for him. Like he was literally like my baby and I wanted to protect him. And his name is Theo, by the way. So this is where the book comes in, where it's like choosing Theo. That's his name. Anyways, she ends up picking him and he does not believe it. He's like, why would you pick me? So he has his doubts and he thinks that she is actually a villain and she just came to this planet to steal information and to destroy his life and to destroy everybody's lives on that planet. So he's untrustworthy of her. Meanwhile, our heroine is trying to convince him that like, no, I'm not evil. I'm literally just a normal girl and I like you. And I think you're attractive looking. So it's a very slow burn alien romance where our hero is playing hard to get, and he ends up like trying to do all these like little things to try to piss her off and try to make her feel like that he is a beast and that she should not fall in love with him. But you know what? It ends up doing the opposite and she actually ends up falling in love with him. So this one, I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. Really enjoyed it. So this morning is actually Friday, August 6th, and I am going to head out on my road trip down to Niagara Falls, and it's going to take a couple of hours, but I thought I would sit down and start the intro of the vlog because I doubt I would actually do reading during my girls trip, because simply my friends are not just going to sit at home and watch me read. We are going to go out, we are going to explore the city and go look at nature. So I sat down here and I tried to finish another audiobook, and the next audiobook that I finished was actually book number 2 in the series, and this one's called Freeing Luca. And this one, I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars because the beginning was just so good. So now our hero is actually like, I think he's like a research scientist person, and he's like hired by like royal families, and like he has a duty to the government of the planet to research on how to reproduce. And he ends up getting caught up with like the evil villains on the planet who have abducted all these human girls in the first place. And there's like this overarching story where why did human girls were abducted and put onto this planet when it was like completely illegal against, you know, all the planet rules and regulations? Like, why did this, well, how did they get there? And it turns out there's this evil group there that just wants to ignore rights and like human rights and just like get them and then make them pregnant, and then they can reproduce and they can save the population. And so our hero is there and he gets captured, and unfortunately he is drugged and he is manipulated into doing a lot of things so that the evil people can research him and his species. And then our heroine is adopted and she is being forced to spend a lot of time with our hero Luca because they want to study his reaction towards her. And they soon realize that Luca is actually like a fated mate to our heroine and that they are destined for each other. And then so you feel really bad for Luca because he's tortured and he has like a lot of things that are done against his will. I wouldn't say like there is sexual assault in this book, but it's definitely on a grayer area where he is being humiliated a lot and forced to do some sexual things that should not be done unless there is consent to it. So it is a little bit darker in the beginning, but definitely not as dark as it sounds like with other dark romances where it's forced submission and like it's non-consensual. It's definitely not that, so don't be worried about that. And our heroine is in no way playing parts in those activities. She's literally being forced by the evil people to do these things, and she wants to desperately save him so bad. So this is a story of how they try to escape from that pod, get away from the evil people, and then try to also figure out how to save the other human girls that have been captured and put on that planet. Because what we know now is that there's like a bunch of characters and girls who are trying to be saved from these from the good guys, and it's gonna obviously bleed out into like other books and other series and things like that, just like Ice Planet Barbarians. And I read 2 Ice Planet Barbarian novels by Ruby Dixon, and I must say that I like this series a lot better than that series. I find that this one is just more angsty, it's more sweet, it's fluffy, it's romantic, and it's perfect for readers out there like me who like to read different genres of romance, like subgenres of romance, but are scared because it's different. Like, and then so you would want more contemporary elements in that novel to ease your way into like that specific genre. Like, for example, I don't really read sci-fi. I don't read alien romances. This is like literally like one of maybe the first times I even spoke about alien romances on my channel. So you can expect that I would not be very receptive of our hero being like 7 feet tall, blue, horns, wings, 8 legs. Like, I would be not that receptive of like characters like that, but I would be more receptive to characters who have more human traits and characteristics, and that the world building is more similar to Earth. Then that would be something that I would like. And if it sounds like, you might not like alien romances for the same reasons that I don't like alien romances, or that I would think I don't like alien romances, then this is the series for you. Needless to say, in conclusion, it just means that if you want a subgenre of romance that has more contemporary elements to it, then this is the series for you. So the next book that I am reading in this reading vlog is a fairly short one, which I'm pretty happy about because I am going, like I said, I'm going on my road trip in a couple of hours. Right now it's 12:20 p.m. and I took the day off work, so hello me, more content for me. But I'm doing some packing right now, and I'm also listening to an audiobook because hello, I'm trying to finish as many books as possible for this reading vlog before I have to head out to my road trip. So the next one that I'm reading is Bachelor Beast, and it's part of the Interstellar Brides program, the Beasts series by Grace Goodwin. And this is like a mega big series. Like, this series has like 40 something books, but it spins out to like different like series. So I don't think you need to read, book number 1 out of the like book 41 in order to read this one. So this one is basically about like a bachelor auction once again. Our alien has been captured by evil people. He's since been released, but he still remembers like all those things that he's been put through, the betrayal, the hurt, the crime, everything. And it stays with him because it stains his soul. But he is being convinced by other people to bring him to Earth so that Earth can get a feeling of these aliens that has since been acknowledged and since been accepted into society. And he is a bachelor on that auction. And so far he needs to like eliminate like humans that he doesn't want to mate with. But then on the day of the finale of that TV show, like the reality TV show, he spots our heroine, who is the makeup artist on the show. And he is completely convinced that that is his one true mate. And then this is kind of like a hot and spicy alien romance. Now, I personally, I'm right now maybe like 30% in the audiobook. It's not as good as Victoria Aveline's novel, but it's still pretty good for me to keep going. And I'm pretty sure like I'm gonna enjoy it just because of the spice factor and how hot it is. So I'll be keeping you guys updated. But for now, I'm literally just going to try to finish packing and make some lunch and to grab all the things I need for my girls' trip. It's just going to be the weekend, so you're going to be seeing a lot of footage of maybe like me celebrating with my friends, drinking wine, going to the falls, and whatever B-roll I can fit in here. And I'll obviously also update you on how many books I am able to finish before my trip, and then I'll wrap it up probably at the end of my trip. Alright, I just wanted to do a quick check-in and show you guys the status of my packing. I don't have travel bottles for shampoo and conditioner and body wash, and I'm only gonna go for like max 2 days, so I opted to put them in sandwich bags. And then I didn't have a permanent marker, so I opted to use sticky wash tape to label it so I can remember what it is. So we got conditioner, body wash, and shampoo. So if you guys ever thought like what kind of type personality I have, clearly I am type B and not type A. All right, so here back with another update. I'm basically done packing. I'm almost done actually. I just need to put my charging cables together, put it in a bag, fix up my purse, and we're good to go. But anyways, I want to come back here to do a quick little update that I finished Bachelor Beast by Grace Goodwin, or I'm about to finish it, and I thought I'd just wrap it up here. But basically, what I didn't expect was this book to have so much Earth elements to it. Like, our heroine is like they take place on Earth. Like, it's not on a different planet. So he's just the visitor, and then he is completely taken with her, and he knows that she is his true mate, so he does everything he can to get her on his side. And then he meets her nephews and nieces, and he realizes that her life story is a little bit more complicated than imagined, and that she had an older brother who had these children but couldn't take care of them because, he had his issues, and there's like drug usage, and there's like this like crime thing happening, and he's like very accepting of it, and he's like, it's totally fine because once we're mated, that family is my family, and that we're all going to be together, and it's going to be a happily ever after. What I forgot to mention in my earlier clips of me talking about the other books from Victoria, I think her name is. So the themes that I am seeing between alien romance and for all alien romances is that all the things that are bad about Earth are often criticized by aliens, and it's like hilarious to me. They talk about how, in the other series I was just mentioning with choosing Theo and rescuing Lucas or something, I forgot the titles of the names already, but they talk about how it's so weird how on planet Earth you're born with different social classes of things. Like, you may be born very lucky into a very rich family, or you can be born very poor, and like you have to climb the corporate ladder and do everything you can to catch up with everyone when you're set with like little resources. But then on their planet, everybody's born with the same things, and everybody starts at the same levels, and it's like kind of like up to you to decide how you want to live life, if you want to climb the ranks and things like that. And so the same things are happening in this book right now. So I feel like there's a lot of things that um are conveniently fixed. So for example, like the main struggle that our heroine was having in this book, Bachelor Auction, was that she was uncomfortable that she had these two children to take care of, and she was unsure if he would be so accepting of these two children. And he's like, no, 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 yeah, I'm very accepting, because once I marry you, by rules and by our planet, like regulations and things like that, everything that you have is mine, and everything I have is yours. Like, it's my problem and becomes your problem becomes my problem. And it's not a problem because I love your niece and nephew, and I would so gladly take care of them. So that's the story of where I'm at right now. And honestly, this one is more on like kind of a spicy insta love attraction side, rather opposed to, a plot developing side where we get to know about the alien race. So this series, I feel like it's perfect for people who want to see a lot more contemporary in their sci-fi alien romance as opposed to other ones that I may have mentioned. So this one so far is okay for me. Like, it's not good. It's not like as good as I hoped it would be. It's more on like the Ice Planet Barbarians side, like where it's interesting, but it's not the best. So this one I'm probably gonna give it a 3 out of 5 stars. It's just it's hard to keep my attention with this one, and the insta love is just like whatever. Okay, so I'm back and I'm here to wrap up this reading vlog. Honestly, I had such a great time hanging out with my friends for the 2.5 day to 3 day weekend trip that we just took to Niagara Falls. I got to catch up with them since I haven't seen them for a year and a half. I got to hang out with them. We got to play make believe in a certain way because we got to all live together under a roof. We got to cook meals together. We got to hang out with each other. We got to go, play games and also eat a lot of good food together. Honestly, I would highly recommend you to go hang out with your friends if you can, and if you feel like you're in a safer area, definitely go see out your friends to mentally check up on yourself and to also check up on your friends' mental health as well. I did all the safety precautions that I could do during this reading vlog, so don't be worried, or at least like don't be too worried about me. I kept social distancing, I wore my mask, I'm vaccinated, and things like that too as well. I tried not to go into too crowded areas, but some of the areas were unavoidable. I wanted to come here and to wrap up this reading vlog with the books that I did finish that I don't think I talked about. I actually finished book number 2 and book number 3 in the Grace Goodwin series that I started in this reading vlog, mostly because I had the audiobooks for it. They were fairly short. I decided to go with it, even though book number 1 was mediocre for me and I only gave it 3 out of 5 stars. So the second book in the series is called Made for the Beast, and this one is essentially about another contestant on the Bachelor auction show, and he is in his hotel room until someone barges into his hotel room to clean up the room that he's in, and that just so happens to be our heroine, who is actually the maid, and he has instant attraction for her, and he knows that the beast inside of him knows that she is his mate, so he does everything that he can to be with her. And then the story also follows the fact that our heroine is born in the lower class, so she has to work a lot of jobs in order to be sustainable in her lifestyle and also to help out her family. So we get to go into a deeper dive into our heroine's life and the difficulties that she has because she doesn't make a lot of money, and our hero kind of figuring out that like humans are in different classes and that there are a lot of things that are not accessible to them because they don't have the financial means for it. And anyways, this book I had to give a 2 out of 5 stars, mostly because it was very sweet and very nice in the very beginning of the book, which is fine, but it wasn't like captivating me into the story. I just didn't like the second and third half of the book, mostly because there was a lot of miscommunication happening. There's a lot of dramatics and theatrical like scenes happening too as well. And then there was also the trope of surprise pregnancy and miscommunication. And to chop it all that together, it just makes it to be a very, very messy book. And it was supposed to be like angsty, but it just left me really annoyed, and that's why I gave it a 2 out of 5 stars. And then for some reason I decided that like I already have the third audiobook lined up, I might as well just continue with the series. So I ended up reading the third book in the series, which is called Beauty and the Beast. And then this one follows our hero, who is another contestant on the Bachelor show. And honestly, it all like starts off like the same, like they're all at the Bachelor show, and then like the heroines are all working on the set of the show. They're either the makeup artist, the maid, or like some other like character. But basically our hero once again sees our heroine right from earlier on. There's insta love, they fall in love, and they have sexual intercourse and they're having fun and it's great, but then there's always like something that goes in their way. So this one was very dramatic. Towards like the middle, we got to see a lot of action. We got to see our villainous characters come to life. We got to see our heroine being in danger, and then our hero kind of coming in to save the day. And our hero is a black sheep character because he's like dark and mysterious, and he also has a lot of scars from being captured by like these other evil aliens in the world before coming to Earth to be on the Bachelor reality TV show that he's on, and that every other character is also on in the series. This one, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 stars because it was a good story, but there was just really nothing to make me give it a higher rating. Like, honestly, this series was mediocre, and I do have some other Grace Goodwin novels lined up on my phone that I do want to get to because they sound good, but honestly, I have no hopes for them, or not like high expectations for them. So I'll update you guys in a reading wrap up if I do end up venturing more into alien romances. But honestly, after binging like 5 alien romances in the span of maybe like 4 days, it's a lot for me, and I'm honestly kind of tired of like the sci-fi alpha male alien too as well. I feel like a lot of the aliens in alien romances are so alpha, and they just want to like own the girl and like possess her, that it's like overbearing and overwhelming at times. Like, I really don't need this many alpha aliens to keep claiming they're females and to keep saying mine. Like, they literally use the word mine so many times to make sure she knows and that everybody knows that she is his. It's just so possessive that like I don't find it attractive at all anymore. So maybe this is kind of like the place where I stop with my alien romances. But then again, there is the third Victoria Aveline novel that I have not yet read yet. And the reason why I didn't read it yet was because the audiobook isn't available yet. So maybe I'll actually end up reading it during my spare time on my phone. So who knows? It's available on Kindle Unlimited. So that's pretty cool too as well. But anyways, this is the end of the reading vlog. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. I really enjoyed making this one simply because of the B-roll footage. It's really nice to make reading vlogs and to revisit my feelings and my emotions throughout the week. So like my other reading vlogs, I talked about my work stresses. I also talked about like what I was doing in my hobbies in my life. And it's nice to go back and to rehash those like feelings so that it's like kind of like a diary. So when I go edit these videos, I'm like, oh, like that's what happened on Monday and that's why I felt sad. Or even yet, like, oh, that's what I did this weekend, Niagara Falls. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the B-roll and hopefully felt like you guys took a mini vacation with me. But I'll see you guys again next time and hopefully in a new reading vlog. I'm having a lot of fun filming these reading vlogs, especially when I have like a kind of like an idea of what I want to read. But I also like showing you bits and parts of my life too as well. So hopefully you guys are enjoying it. But I'll see you guys again next time. Bye.